I'm in the process of upgrading my front-end repository. Some of the changes that I'm making are removing some of the packages that I no longer want to maintain relationship with and upgrading some of the packages that I think are going to be core with making sure that I can develop on this repository. For example, React Redux is something that I've upgraded recently from version 8.0.5 to 9.1.0. So that's a major version change, and I'm kind of curious to see what the changes ideologically and structurally are with this package. Another change that I made was to Redux, another major version change, 4.2.1 to 5.0.1. Sass from 1.62.0 to 1.72.0. Styled components, TypeScript, and Web Vitals. TypeScript had a minor version upgrade. Styled components had a major version upgrade. And Web Vitals, I believe, had a minor version upgrade as well. I've also started using Vike and React SWC with this repository. So I'm changing some of the compilation process, and that's why I've had some package changes. Draft.js I'm not using actively with any of my clients, so I feel pretty comfortable with that. I don't know if I actually want to continue on with GraphQL right now. I can do a search for that to see where those changes would be. I've already started some of those changes though. So right now I'm going to run TSC, TypeScript compiler, and this is going to tell me if there are any outstanding errors in my repository. There are. I'm going to go to logo button. I've already made a few changes to this file, but the actual error that we're running into is because I removed all of the app feature IDs from this feature IDs object. The reason I was comfortable removing all of these feature IDs just throughout the code base is because this whole repository was meant to be a boilerplate. I can pull up another repository, probably in a separate video. But the goal that I had with this entire feature concept is to make it easy for me to know which features the projects that I'm working on have and prioritize. Here I can make a simple change, adding app button, and it's still going to be an error here, site button I should say. And this is still going to be an error because even though we can refer to it, we don't know that this is a valid feature. We're requiring, as a nature of this feature object, the name to be a feature ID, and the conventional feature ID, the conventional feature ID structure, the definition for its type, is prefixed with app dash dash. The reason I do that is to make it easy to look for features in the code base just by typing app dash dash in my search. Then I can run TSC again, and I can also do TSC dash dash watch to see if there are any changes. Aggregate features. I don't remember exactly why this is here. think that's it. I removed forum routes. Cool. So all of the errors are gone. That's one of the nice things about TypeScript is, I might as well remove this here. One of the nice things about TypeScript is that it's easy to figure out which elements I'm actually using. There are some situations where it's not so easy, and there might be a framework-specific use of an item. Like if I go to on render client, I had to use a TS ignore here. Look at some of the ways that the library that I'm using, Vike, interprets these files is different than the way that my IDE expects them to be used. So it gets confused sometimes. And I'm not doing necessarily the best practice here by adding TS ignores. I don't really need to because it's not causing errors in the TypeScript compilation. So some of them I'm just going to add because there aren't things that I'm planning on doing with a specific error at the moment. In the future, it might be a project to go through and check to see, just run some sort of audit on the entire code base to see which TS ignores I actually care about. And I want to do that such that I can be mindful of the history, so I can see, like here I see June 14th, route configuration adjustments. I can have descriptive commits in my history. Now I'm going to commit package upgrades. What do I want to say? Major package upgrades. Cool.